We're going to start with you guys, okay? Let me know in the comment section down below a free agent you want the Ravens to sign sometime over the next couple of months. I'm going to tell you my answers in just a little bit, but I'll start with you telling me yours. All righty. Welcome into the show, everybody. My name is Joey Petersen. You're watching the Ravens Rundown. So happy that you are hanging out with us today. The Ravens, in my opinion, have four really big needs. Now, I've been saying a lot of these needs all offseason long. Cornerback has been high on that list, but after the addition of Jaire Alexander, I think cornerback falls off that list. So I think you're looking at safety, you're looking at inside linebacker, you're looking at interior defensive line, and you're looking at interior offensive line. Let's start with the need at safety, because I think even with the addition of Jaire, it made the need at safety a little bit less dire. Like, of course, it made the need at corner less dire, but it made the need at safety. Like, you don't need that as much now that you have two really, really good cornerbacks on your roster. And you already got two really good safeties, Malachi Starks, Kyle Hamilton. However, because of the Ardarius Washington injury, this is still a really big need, okay? I would like to get one more safety I can really trust, and I think there's a ton of really good ones available in free agency. The good thing is Beau Braid and Sanusi K. Both of those guys, throughout OTAs and at Minicamp, have made highlight plays. I've heard about both of them. I've read about both of them. I've seen highlights of both of them. So it feels good that there's guys that are going to be able to compete to replace Ardarius Washington already on this roster. But if they feel like they want to go somewhere else, somewhere in free agency, I think the safety position has the best options available. And it starts with Justin Simmons. This is a guy we've talked about. This is a name that we've talked about since the day after Ardarius Washington got injured. Okay, I think he was on that exact video, Ardarius Washington replacements, the next day. He had a one-year, $7.5 million contract in 2024 with the Atlanta Falcons. You're going to get him on a one-year deal. I think that probably goes down to somewhere around $6.5 million, maybe even $6 million, just because he didn't have the best season in Atlanta. But this guy, by far, I think is the best option you get. He has played so much football. He's still a really good ball hawk. You get him in a good defense, and sure, he took a little bit of a step back last year. I think it goes right back up. Let's talk about our second free agent option at the safety position. How about Julian Blackmon? This last year, he spent with the Colts. I'm projecting at this point a one-year, $6.5 million contract. If you do the research yourself and you say these guys' contract projections, they're all going to say multiple years. But at this point, this late into free agency, it's very rare for someone to sign a multi-year deal. Every single one of these guys that I'm going to talk about, not just in safety position, it's going to be 1 year. I think you can get Julian Blackmon anywhere from $6 to $6.5 million. You'd add a guy who plays a lot like Ardarius Washington to this roster, just a really great tackling machine. Kind of like Jordan Whitehead. And that's the last top free agent safety target that we're going to look at on today's show. 79 tackles in 2024, not an interception, 3 pass breakups. I think he's going to be the cheapest of all the guys. I think he's going to be anywhere from $5.5 to $6 million. But still, you're going to hear me talk about 4 different position groups. Safety is easily, no doubt about it, they have the best options. Okay? So of those 3 options, who are you signing? Is it Justin Simmons? Is it Julian Blackmon? Or is it Jordan Whitehead? You let me know in the comment section down below. Alrighty, let's go to our linebacker room. Trenton Simpson right now is the starting weak side linebacker right next to Roquan Smith. And I think that's going to be the case when the season eventually rolls around. I'm actually really excited about seeing Trenton Simpson this next season. The thing is, though, is we know for a fact that Baltimore was interested at a time in adding another inside linebacker. Rick Ritter tweeted when C.J. Mosley retired last week. Mosley had heavy interest from several teams, including Baltimore, but ultimately a neck injury is what led to his decision. So Baltimore was interested in adding C.J. Mosley, a free agent linebacker we've talked about a lot over the offseason. Fortunately, he decided to retire just because the neck injury was too serious. That leaves you with 2 other options that I think are still pretty good options. Juwan Bentley, formerly with the New England Patriots, and Eric Kendrick last year played on a 1-year deal with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, Bentley's 2024 season was one that was filled with injury and one was filled with disappointment. 12 tackles, 0.5 sacks. Like, Nothing phenomenal. I think you'd be able to get him for cheap, 1 year, $2.5 million deal. But let's talk about Eric Kendricks, because I think this is my favorite free agent linebacker option that's available right now. He had a really good season with Dallas, was one of their best linebackers. 138 tackles, 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, 3 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. I think you could get him around $2.5 million, maybe 3. He played last year on a 1-year, $3 million contract with Dallas. He's a tackling machine. The only kind of knock on his game is he plays a very similar type style to Roquan Smith. He's really only ever played in the middle. Curious to see how he'd be transitioning over to the weak side linebacker spot, but still, he's a guy who's got the nose for the football, and he's just a really good linebacker at the end of the day. Let me know, do you want the Ravens to make one more move? Just one more move. If you do, go ahead, spam those me's in the comment section down below and let me know. Let's keep it on the defensive side, and we're just going up tier by tier. We started at safety, then we went to the linebackers. Now we're going to the interior defensive linemen. They got some good guys at the starting spots, okay? But behind them, there just aren't many great options on this roster. And if I'm being transparent with you, there's not really many great options outside of this roster. There's a reason that John Jenkins, who they signed about 3 weeks ago, he was the best interior option available. Raekwon Davis is my favorite one of the guys that are still out there, but I think that just shows you how important this position is, because there's not a lot of really great targets, okay? You saw a lot in the safety room. You even saw a decent bit in the linebacker room, but if you're looking for interior defensive linemen, you can't really find other ones. And Jack, could you put the Ravens defensive line depth chart on the screen for just a second? I'm really excited for the step up of Nnamdi Madubuike, the step back up, I should say. Travis Jones, I'm really excited for. Broderick Washington, I love him as well. But after those guys, Jenkins is going to have to be huge. Anias Peebles, you're going to have to rely on him a ton as a as a rookie who you picked in the 6th round. It's going to be a lot of pressure on a guy like that. So I would love if they added. There's just not that many great options available. Let's go over the offensive side of the ball. And we're not talking a lot of offense, because I think their offense is stacked at pretty much every position except the interior of the offensive line when you look at the guards on both sides. We're not looking at centers. I'm fine with the center. I'm also fine with the situation at tackle. I love Ronnie Stanley. I really love Roger Rosengarten. And I like their depth pieces and depth options as well. There's 2 really good free agent offensive linemen that are available right now. Brandon Scherf, who formerly played with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He's a little bit older. He's played a lot of football. He's in his early 30s, but 17 games played in 2024, not a single sack allowed. And another guy who I feel like would be more of an investment for the future, and maybe not just for this year, is Will Hernandez. And while I say that, he tore his ACL on October 7th and missed the rest of the Cardinals season. Knee injury against San Francisco 49ers. So it would be a little bit of a risk, because, sure, you're bringing in a guy who's injured. He's not going to be able to play until probably around that time again this year, probably until around October. So that's week 6 at the earliest, I would probably say. But I feel like this is a guy who next season could be a starter on this roster. Will Hernandez, when he was healthy for Arizona, was the best offensive lineman that they had. Okay, so sure, Brandon Scherf could come in, and he could be a depth piece this year, and he could maybe even challenge for a starting spot. But you're probably only get him 1 year because he's so old. Will Hernandez, you could get him on a 2-year deal, probably decently cheap. You could see what he's going to be like in 2026. I asked you this off the top. Now we're going to finish today's show with it. I want you to name a free agent you want the Ravens to sign in the comment section down below. It can be any of the guys I just listed. It can be somebody you really like that I didn't even talk about. Just let me know your answer. I got to ask y'all, give me a follow on Twitter. Give me a follow on Instagram. You can find me at both platforms, at Joey Petersen A. Make sure to spell that Petersen right, S-E-N, okay? If you spell it S-O-N, you might find somebody. You probably will find somebody. It's just not going to be me. I'm here every single day at the Ravens Rundown, so make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. We bring you daily content, whether it's news, whether it's trade rumors, whether it's anything on the 2025 NFL season. You got it all right here at the Ravens Rundown.